Comparison here, similar to the last video, except I'm going to use a nickel below foul. I've got the foul laying here solo right now, and if you'll look closely, you'll see the edge of a U.S. nickel sticking up right there. See that right there? We're going to put some foul above it. You know, a lot of people never really think about, well, a gold ring or a nickel can be masked by a lower conductor. Okay. Now, segment 1 is notched out in part 1. There's the horseshoe button in. You see that thing reading 1, okay? So the foul reads 1 on this machine. I'm going to stay in part 1. Nickel's right there. The foul is right there. More or less on top of that nickel there. 2x4 thickness tall. Okay. Now, here's a solo nickel I'm holding in my hand. You get to see that. 13. The old 13. Look at there, that old Equinox, I can get all the way down on that foul, boy. Look at there. That's multi-frequency, okay? I can get all the way down on that foul, and that nickel can't hide with that little old foul there that reads 1 on this machine, okay? Now, I don't have a notch program set up in this machine, but there's nothing that indicates to me if I did set a notch up allowing 12, 13, and 14, that nickel right there would come through with flying colors, I believe, on this machine. So I'm going to turn this one off. Well, I guess I could. We'll look at some single frequency here, since we're going to look at some on that other machine. Okay, 4 kilohertz. Even scrubbing the coal, okay, 5 kilohertz. Okay, 10 kilohertz. 15. Okay, 20. ID might go a little lower there, dropping into the 12, which is understandable. 40. She's going to drop a little lower even, you know, because that 40 is sensing more of that fall. So we're going to turn this one off. Turn the legend on. Again, you legend users, pay attention here. You might pick up on something, okay? You get to read in the manual what this park program on this machine is supposed to do for you. Okay? I'm in the park program. All right, and I'm in a custom program, and I've got a nickel accepted in here, okay? 25, 6, and 7 are accepted. 1 notch either side of the nickel. All right? That's multi-1 right there. You see that big old 26 in there? Okay, now, disclosure here, that's a speed of 5. I believe that Equinox there was on speed 5. I may vary the speed on this machine. 20. You see the sensitivity there? She's running good and quiet. All right, so here I go with a nickel window set up on this machine. I fall over this nickel here. I'm all right when I'm right there. Still a little shaky, but let me get down here close to this fall like I did that Equinox. Look at there. Like the sound of that? A little shaky, ain't it? All right. Whoops. M2. Little call height. One-way signal. Let me get down here close to that fall. All right. M3. Whoops, I keep hitting the wrong button. M3. Custom program. So you got to hear that. Down close to the fall. Okay. So we'll go to 4 kilohertz. Okay, I get a 2-way signal. I get 25 in the meter. That's not bad considering that's 4 kilohertz. Here's 10 kilohertz. So I get a better signal with the call closer to the fall. 15 kilohertz. Let's see what happens. 25 in the meter. So it's reading 1 point less. generally than a solo nickel, which I can take that. That's acceptable to me. 20 kilohertz. It's a louder signal than it is in multi, I believe. Okay, 40 kilohertz. I wouldn't expect anything earth-shattering there. Okay, back to M1. All right, y'all get to hear that. You got to hear what that Equinox did. I can set a notch up in it. We can sweep over it. I'm gonna raise the call. That's about 2 inches above that fall. One-way signal on that fall. M2 again. Okay, M3. Four kilohertz. Two-way signal. 10 kilohertz. Two-way signal, 25, 20. 10 kilohertz does real well on this test right here, okay? 25, 26, 15 kilohertz does pretty good. Let's go back and look at M1 again. No ID in the window ever. M2. No tricks, boys. Y'all get to see it here, okay? M3. Raise a call. I do get occasional better tone with a call raised up. But when I get down there closer to that fall in that multi-frequency, okay, let's go on back down here. I said 10 kilohertz performed pretty good. There's 10 kilohertz right there. Look at that. Lighting her up, ain't she? 25 in the meter. So you all got to see that, okay? And that's a nickel. That's a lower conductor below an even lower conductor, okay? You won't see many tests like that. A lot of people, you know, they go low conductor, high conductor. Imagine if that was a gold ring down there and you're running multi-frequency. I tell you what, let's do. I didn't do this part. Let's change. Let's go get out of here. I'm going to the disc pattern. It's got the first two segments notched out, okay? M1. Let's just see what this machine's reporting. So it's reporting 24. It's outside of the notch. Okay. M2. It's reporting outside of the notch. M3. It's reporting outside of the notch, meaning it won't come through because I've got it notched out. 4 kilohertz. It's reporting where it will report. It's coming in 25. Here's 10 that did so good. Look at that. Big old 25, which I had accepted, you know, in my custom program. Here's 15 kilohertz. 25 comes in. 20 kilohertz. Okay, 20 kilohertz is more times than not reporting outside of my notch, so it wouldn't be accepted. And we've seen that when we did the actual custom program checks, okay? Again, multi-frequency here, setting up a notch on that scenario there is not giving any advantage that I can see. Now, will the ground change this? Well, I'll let y'all decide that. I hope you enjoyed the video.